Hey, all you viewers to play later, how we doing today? I know, welcome to Miniature Follow-Up Part 2. This is where I go back and I show you my painted versions of the stuff that I reviewed that was kind of just, well, undercoated, primed. That was it. Today we're going to take a look at 3, okay? But before we go too much further, granted there's not really any price points for this video, but we need to get some adulting out of the way. You know how we do this.
What up, you amazing people? Hope you're doing well today. Chris has asked me to do a quick elevator spill just for you. Now, here at Copper John's, I'm always preaching be proud of who you are no matter what. What this means to me is simply that you're going to go out there to the world and present yourself in a way that you are proud of. So my job is to create something that allows you to do that. So here at Copper John's, I have 13 different scents, all in beard oil, beard butter, beard balm, mustache wax, spray clone, and a few of the solid clones. But we also have some amazing cold press soaps, beard shampoos, whether conditioning or stripping, beard conditioner, and some crazy cool combs. I am truly grateful for every one of you guys. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to hit me up. I'm here. Have a great day, guys. Take care.
Incredible, dude. Incredible company, seriously. Click that link down below. Great stuff for your body. Okay, so first up today, we're going to go way back to the horse heresy. First guy up, Fafnir Ran. All right? I saved that as a base point because I had no clue how to paint yellow. Seriously, no clue. Do I do Imperial Fist? Nope. Am I planning on doing Imperial Fist? Nope. And I know you're going, hey, dumbass, so why'd you buy a Fafnir Ran? The Siege of Terror stories. That man is a beast in those books. I get it, the lore and everything, but when he went on a mount mission with Dominion Zephyr, I believe it is, you know, the Blood Angel that's basically robotic right now, but how they went room to room and clearing chaos out to loyalists against a bunch of them, I went, oh god, yes, I gotta get him and paint the miniature. But okay. So without much further ado, here he is. Hopefully that's focusing really well. Now, I really, truly want to give a huge shout out to Peachy. Okay, you can find him on the painting page. You can find him on Instagram as Peachy Tips. He used to work for G-Dub and be one of their premier painters. Him and like our Lord and Savior Duncan Rhodes, creator of Two Thin Coats. I watched his G-Dub video to give me a base idea for the yellow. And it's kind of exactly like it was on the card here. I started with Averland Sunset, gave it a thing of, I believe it was Uriel Yellow, the contrast paint, and then I did a quick dry brush of Dorn Yellow over the top. I really liked how that turned out in certain areas, and I know you're going, but it looks a little dirty. Well, yeah, Siege of Terror. He got hit with a big wash of Nuln Oil and some Army Painter light tone after it was assembled. A lot of the metal work is just a one-coat, simple thing, simply because the blades back then really weren't that massively ornate, in my opinion. And, well, I took a look at a lot of videos of what a lot of people did, and I looked at the box art, and I tried to replicate it as best I could. So seeing how he was on Terror, I gave him the standard Astra Granite Debris base with a Reikland Flesh Shade wash, and went all over. Now, I cannot say for sure if the helmet on the back of his shield, which, by the way, how you can have some great detail on the back and then have a shield that covers everything so you can't get in there and get at it? To me, that's just a fail. But still, like I said, I can't determine if that helmet on the back was a war trophy that he took from somebody from Chaos or it was his. So I just went with kind of a reddish helmet, just to distinguish it, possibly bad guys, possibly whatever. Especially with the spike popping out of the top, it made me go, that's really not a loyalist to me, because most of the bad guys have the spikes and the 8-pointed stars and all the other stuff. But there was Fafnir. He was fun to paint. He really, truly was. Especially once I figured out what I wanted to do with the yellow, because to me, that was the biggest holdup. Oh my god, is this going to look okay? Is this not going to look okay? I think it took the washes great overall, gave his armor a dirty, grimy feel, and there we go. Okay, next up. One that I was hesitant to start painting. I really, really was. So we're flipping back to the Horus Heresy, Janisha Kroll. Okay? As you may remember by my video, mine had problems. It really did. Silence was broken on one part. I couldn't really get a blade on the side to sit nice, so it had to go, in the bin, for lack of a better phrase. And I really truly wanted to try to get as close to the box art as possible. Well, I should say the Forge World art as possible. Now that silver, I hadn't done before. I had to come up with something on the fly. So, here's mine. Okay, and yes, her sword with that big-ass curve that I couldn't get straightened out no matter how much hot water I ran over it and leave it satin. It just kept going. Brrr. So, it was a learning experience. I want you to take a good, hopefully it'll focus, close look at that armor. It started with Iron Warriors, I believe. No, Iron Hands. And I gave it a Drakenhof Nightshade Blue wash. And I looked at that and I went, oh, I just really screwed up. Just looking at it when that wash was on there, I'm like, oh, God, what did I do? And then I found every silver I could and started dry brushing my way up. And I really, truly, I should say metal, and I really, truly liked how that turned out. I was seriously, seriously surprised. Really, I was. I kept expecting the little wings on the knee pads to pop off because they're just a little attached in there, and thank God the Gorilla Glue gel held in place. I really wanted to do something different with her base, like maybe highlight the Thousand Suns crap, but I was like, I didn't do it with, Valdor. So, yeah, why would I with Janisha Kroll, even though she is basically a demon walking the planet? As they put it, she had killed so many Thousand Suns during the siege. When Prospero burned, she killed so many Thousand Suns, she was covered in white. Like a thin white dust. Now, with her back on the cape, I really wanted to do a contrast paint, but with all the other dry brushing things that I had to do and stuff that was there, I didn't think it was a good option. So if you remember that scale 75 paint that I bought, the whole blue kit, go from the darkest, work my way up to the lightest, and it got an Army Painter blue tone wash over that. I worked with the head a little bit using AK version 3 cork, which once again I'm going to credit to Peachy with Peachy Tips for that thing, and I highlighted it up from there. The hair simply was just a black, dry brush with some gray and a known oil wash. And I really wanted to give her a bit of a decorative thing for her topper up there. So, yeah. She basically got lead belcher around, some glorious gold from the Army Painter, and known oil wash. She went together really quick. The biggest cleanup work I had to do was on the back with the silver scroll work. I'm seriously really not that good with the freehand. As much as I try, I just can't. And I couldn't leave it alone because it's a character. The things that had me worried was, like the little parchments on the side there. I'm not exactly sure if the Sisters of Battle have, the honor ribbons and, the campaign ribbons and the purity seals. But still, she's got mass amounts of them. So I just did it like I did everything else, like my Stormcast Eternals, and built it up from there. So I like how she turned out. I was really pleasantly surprised by her. Okay, now the last one. Let's talk about a firstborn Space Marine Wolf Lord. Gotta do it, right? That's right, Wolf Lord Crom. Firstborn, looks like a badass. My first thought was, I'm gonna make him into a Wolf Guard for Ragnar Blackmane. He's gonna be the head of his force. Then when I started reading the lore about Crom, I went, nope, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. There's that on the back for those of you like seeing those. So I went, okay. I also had to challenge myself a little bit with him. I'll get to that in a moment. Here's mine, and here's how he turned out. Hopefully that's coming across okay. The one thing I'm really proud of is that Frost Axe. I really am. I went back to Games Workshop, and I took a look at their Wolfen video with the ice claws and the ice weapons. I went, I've tried that before, and I didn't come out that good, so I took a little bit more time, and I am really pleased with how that Frost Axe just pops out. I really, really am. A lot of this, like with the wolf pelts, I did it with a lot of contrast paint. Seriously, I built up from Skeleton Horde to Wormwood wormwood wood, wildwood wood, something like that, then either black tempar or something else. You know, the black over there, dry brushed it with a screaming skull, and it got a Nolan oil wash. I tried to leave some bits on the side to make it look like, you know, the pelt and phrase and everything. But okay. So what I did a little bit differently for him. The cape is basically black contrast paint. The red is red dusk, I think it is. It's from the new speed paint. No, not contrast, sorry. Speed paint on the back. They're black. Red dusk from the new speed paint. It took a couple layers to get it really where I wanted it, and then I left it alone. I don't know. I may have hit it with a small orange, like a brighter orange for a dry brushing, and then hit it with a red wash. No, excuse me, Nolan oil? Yeah, Nolan oil. On the back, it was just a simple gray dry brush and then Nolan oil, and I really liked the striking, how that came out. No, I didn't touch the scroll work on the side because I really didn't want to. And if you look on the box art, they didn't touch it as well. The orange hair was really, really simple. I took the dragon orange or whatever from the speed paint and sunk it in there. Beautifully done. All the gems were just done with Army Painter gemstone. And I just worked around certain areas and went, okay, here we go. For the shoulder pauldron, I just used contrast paint. I didn't really want to get in there with a brush and try to do things. I knew I would screw it up. Contrast paint. Once I started with him, it went quick. It really did. I learned the values of what can speed paint and contrast paint do for you. The longest time it took was to get his armor blue. That grayish blue for the Space Wolves. That's what took me the longest on him. And just being patient and letting things dry. Like the skull is just bony matter. That's their speed paint. Two touches of bony matter and let it dry. It came out beautiful to me, and I'm like, wow, look at that for bone. Just leave it alone, Chris. Step aside. And it got the usual treatment for the base, but still. Okay, so there's 3 of them. Now, we are at the most fun part of the video for me. Seriously, we really, really, truly are. I want to know your questions, comments, love, hatred, anger, all that fun stuff down below. How do you think I did? Seriously, give me your feedback. If you just want to be a douche canoe, don't do it. Yeah, Doc P, if you're ever watching this, I stole your phrase, bro. If you just want to be a douche canoe and go, they suck, fuck you, stop painting, don't even bother leaving a comment. All right, give me constructive feedback, because I always want to get better. I saw this great thing on the painting phase yesterday by the painting coach. He was like, I know what I know. I'm smart enough to know I don't know everything, so I will sit down with anyone I can and learn what I don't know. Amazing. And that's how it should be. Always seek more knowledge. Always seek to improve your palette. Always seek to improve just everything. Improve daily. You should be improving daily by at least 1%, in my opinion. Now, if it made you laugh, made you cry, made you laugh, made you cringe, made you cry, I forgot a word, woohoo! Made you do any of that during filming this video, and I'm pretty sure that I did, please hit that big old thumbs up. It's only gonna give you instant karma to help you roll those natural 6s, and it's gonna show love and support for the channel, which is always appreciated. But there we go, guys. 3 miniatures. Come here, we gotta do it. 3 miniatures for miniature follow-up. Number 2. Pause for the thumbnail, pause for the thumbnail. Okay. Thanks so much for watching this one. I hope you guys are having a great day today, a safe day today, and Emperor willing, one day I'll meet all of you across the tabletop.